Hello students, welcome to e-learning with Divine Public School. We are learning economics and today we are going to start with the second chapter, that is fundamental concepts and terminology. Now in this chapter we are going to learn different concepts and different terms which we need to know very clearly. Now in our first lecture we are going to start with price and value as well as goods and services, and we are going to learn about different types of goods. So we are going to clear the concept about what is price, what is value. There is a difference between price and value, so we have to clear that particular thing. Then what is goods and services, and we are going to lastly look into what are the different types of goods. So let's start first with, we can say, price and value. Now don't get confused, or we can say we try to commonly use that price and value as an interchange same thing. We certain times we try to use the statement like it is at a very high value, it has a good value, as well as we can say this good is very expensive, this good has a very high price. So it is a different thing in economics. So price and value are both the terms are different in economics. So let's study that particular thing. So in economics both the concepts are different, and first we need to understand the concept of value. So we are going to start with first value. So value can be understood with the help of two viewpoints. First, from the viewpoint of use. So what is the use of that particular, we can say, value? So it is called as use value. Second, we can say from the viewpoint of exchange. If any commodity, any good is there, so in the terms of exchange, so what is the exchange value for that particular good? So we are going to learn with this two particular concepts, or these two particular viewpoints. So let's start. First, use value. So use value is determined by the usefulness of the commodity to a consumer of his or her use need, we can say. Now what is that particular mean? It says that some commodities which are being very useful for the human being, so depending upon their different needs, that commodity's usefulness is been decided. And for example, we can say food is there, which is a necessary thing, water, sunlight. So all these things people try to consume, and it is very useful for them in their daily life. So it is in general, we can say, food, water, sunlight, etc. Air is there, which we try to consume. So it has a very useful value in human being life. But what is exchange value? Exchange value means it is suppose any good or any commodity or service is been exchanged for another commodity or services. Like you try to exchange one unit of one commodity in terms of another unit for another commodity, that can be called as what? Exchange value. So for example, you can like you are exchanging, here it has been given example like you are exchanging 1 kg of wheat for exchange of 1 kg of rice. So we can say the value of 1 kg of wheat is equals to the value of 1 kg of rice. So that particular thing is called as what? Exchange value. That is you find in barter system which was to happen. So you find that there is an exchange value, it can be known. So when a commodity is being exchanged for another commodity with the same unit, like for example 1 kg of this particular product on behalf of another kg to that particular product, so that can be exchanged at when you find both the measurement is 1 kg, same unit is been there. So that time it is called as what? Exchange value. So 1 kg of rice is equal to the 1 kg of wheat, or we can say 1 kg of wheat, the value of 1 kg of wheat is equal to the 1 kg of rice. So that is you find. Then after, let's study about the relation between the use value and exchange value. So what the relation is been there with the use value and exchange value in economics? First, let's go. So if a commodity has a high value, suppose any commodity which is there which is having high value, but it does not necessary to have high exchange value. Suppose one product is there, for example any commodity like air is there. So air you find everywhere is there. So that particular good, it is very useful because human cannot survive without oxygen. So that oxygen is been there in air, but it is not having any exchange value. Like you cannot exchange that particular thing, you cannot for consuming it, you are not paying anything for, because it is a natural thing which is available on the whole earth. As well as you find that sunlight is there, you are not paying anything for the sunlight, it does not have any exchange value. So that particular thing is there. But if a commodity has a high exchange value, suppose some commodities are actually having some price, or it is exchange for certain things, it surely have some use. But some of the useful things does not have exchange value. मीन्स कोई चीज़ जिसका यूज़फुल है हमारे लाइफ के अंदर और उसके सामने उसकी एक्सचेंज वैल्यू पॉसिबल मीन्स इट इज़ नॉट एवरी टाइम पॉसिबल दैट इट इज़ हैविंग अ हाई वैल्यू, उसका हाई वैल्यू रहेगा। बट कोई चीज़ है जिसका हाई वैल्यू ऑलरेडी है, हाई एक्सचेंज वैल्यू इज़ देयर, सो उसका श्योरली ऐसा एक कॉन्सेप्ट रहेगा कि भाई उसका हाई वैल्यू इसलिए है क्योंकि उसके पास कुछ ना कुछ तो यूज़ होगा। सो सनलाइट है, एयर है, वाटर है, जो हाईली यूजफुल फॉर द ह्यूमन लाइफ, तो उसके सामने उसको एक्सचेंज वैल्यू कुछ नहीं है। बट यू फाइंड दैट सम ऑफ द गुड्स विच यू ट्राई टू परचेज इन फ्रॉम द शॉप्स और डिफरेंट मार्केट्स, वो ज़्यादा महंगा बिकता है और उसके सामने उसका कुछ यूज़ होगा तो ही लोग खरीदेंगे उतने ज़्यादा प्राइस पे, एक्सचेंज वैल्यू पे। सो दैट इज़ द पर्टिकुलर थिंग, लाइक एक्सचेंज वैल्यू इज डिटरमाइंड बाय द स्कैरसिटी। भाई क्यों उसका एक्सचेंज वैल्यू ज़्यादा है, क्यों इसका हाई एक्सचेंज वैल्यू? बिकॉज देर इज़ अ स्कैरसिटी ऑफ रिसोर्सेज। रिसोर्सेज आर वेरी स्कैर्स, स्कैर्स मीन्स लैक और कम रहते हैं उसके रिसोर्सेज। दैट्स वाई यू फाइंड दैट as compared to their needs the resources availability is less, and that's why they have exchange value, and it can be more. Further, if you see, if that goods are demanded, goods which are demanded if have there some use, उसका कुछ यूज़ है, कोई goods की डिमांड है और उसका कुछ यूज़ है, and उसका सप्लाई कम है, दे आर स्कैर्स इन सप्लाई टू देयर डिमांड, उसकी डिमांड के सामने उसकी सप्लाई कम है, तो क्या हो जाएगा? तो ये जो कम पीपल उसको सेल कर रहे हैं, दे आर सेलिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर गुड्स, सो दे विल चार्ज एट अ हाई एक्सचेंज वैल्यू, उसके प्राइस बढ़ा देंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू फाइंड फॉर डायमंड्स, you find for precious metals like gold, silver, you find precious metals like platinum, different metals are available. So you find that that particular product which are been controlled by very few people, not everyone is selling a diamond, so you find that it is controlled by few people, few jewelers, and the price is more. So उसका यूज़ कम है बट उसकी बिकॉज दे आर लेस इन रिसोर्सेज, दैट्स वाई द वैल्यू ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट इज हाई. So this is how it shows the relationship between use value and exchange value. Further it says that another hand, अगर कोई if goods are highly useful but they have unlimited supply and they do not have exchange value, or they have so low exchange value. For example, we can say water is in abundant on the earth, but you find that pure drinking water is very less, it is nearly 2.7 or 2 to 3% of pure drinking water is there. That's why you find that water is being charged. But if you compare with sunlight and air, it is free of cost because it is useful for human being, it is useful for us, उसका ज़्यादा महत्व है, लेकिन it is in abundant, that's why you find that their exchange value is compared to negligible or some low exchange value is there. Like for example water I told, so water is in abundant, it has a very useful thing because we every now and then in a whole day we try to drink nearly to 4 to 5 or 6 8 liters of water as per the different human being. So you find that exchange value is low, so that particular thing. So for example sunlight, water, air are there where it comes that it is in abundant, which is given by nature. That particular commodity has a very much useful thing, but because they are in abundance, their supply is more, that's why you find that there does not have exchange value, or there will be some low exchange value for that particular kind of commodity. But suppose precious metals are there, जो खोद के उसको निकालते हुए, it is having, you have put different types of heavy machineries, you try to go with high labor charges, and then after it is been there and उसको मशीनरी में कन्वर्ट करके अच्छे से बनाते हैं गोल्ड ज्वेलरीज. That's why you find that that particular product value is more. So that particular things are being controlled by few people, and that's why they have high exchange value, that's why their products values prices always go up. So like gold and silver and different diamonds we can see. I hope you have been clear, got the point about use value and exchange value. So but what is value then? In economics the use of word value will be in the context of exchange only. वैल्यू किसको बोलेंगे? जिसका एक्सचेंज वैल्यू है वो कमोडिटी का दूसरे कमोडिटी के साथ, उसको ही बोलेंगे एक्सचेंज वैल्यू. सो वैल्यू मीन्स द वर्थ ऑफ वन यूनिट ऑफ कमोडिटी इन टर्म्स ऑफ अदर यूनिट of another commodity. Unit of another commodity is exchange, that is called as what? Value. मतलब एक कमोडिटी के सामने दूसरा कमोडिटी के सेम यूनिट पे वो एक्सचेंज हो जाता है तो उसको बोलेंगे वैल्यू. देन व्हाट इज प्राइस? प्राइस means if a commodity is exchanged for money, such monetary or we can say such money exchange value is called as price. अगर any particular product, वो for example you are purchasing any, like for example 1 kg of wheat only, so you have been purchasing for 20, 25, 30 rupees of 1 kg of wheat, so that particular purchasing in terms of money terms, that is called as what? Price. लेकिन उसको एक्सचेंज करेंगे लाइक बाटर सिस्टम की तरह, 1 kg वीट के सामने 1 kg राइस, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? वैल्यू. कि 1 kg वीट की वैल्यू 1 kg राइस के बराबर है. बट व्हेन यू परचेजिंग इट, when you, because you find that the barter system has been removed and you find that money has been formed and that currencies and different monies have been came up in world, different and different country follow different currencies, so that's why there is a price which came up. If you want to say in simple another terms, we can say price means exchange value of a commodity which is measured in terms of units of currency. In different units of currency we try to measure that particular product or a commodity price, commodity value, and at that particular price we try to consume it, we try to purchase it, so that is called as what? Price. I hope you have been clear with meaning of value and price now. Now let's start with the second topic, that is goods and services. What is good and what is services? Now goods means we can say those commodities which have some physical existence, उसका कुछ वजूद है, उसका कुछ फिजिकली उसको वजूद है, that is called as goods. Like for example we can say they are mean to satisfy the needs of consumption. उसकी वजह से हमारा जो consumption means जो हमको कंज्यूम करना है उसका नीड सेटिस्फाई हो सकता है. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू फाइंड दैट all these things which you find visible, you find, आप देख सकते हो, visible is there, you can find, you can touch, that particular thing is called as what? Goods, commodities. Like services किसको बोलेंगे? Commodities which are intangible, जिसको हम देख नहीं सकते, only we can feel, or they do not have physical existence, उसको क्या बोलेंगे? Service. That is called as service. Now that in economics they are meant to satisfy the need of human life. Now what particular the point of service is, that is they try to satisfy the need of human life, like human being कैसे अच्छे बन सकते हैं. तो human, for human life what is the better thing? Like getting a skill, getting knowledge, so all this particular thing is coming under service. Like for education system, so education you cannot, कोई किसी कोई आपको प्रोडक्ट नहीं दे रहा है एजुकेशन, नो, दे आर गिविंग यू नॉलेज, सो इट हेल्प्स यू टू बिल्ड अप योर माइंड. It, like you are doing some dancing or singing, so it improves the skill of singing and dancing in you. So all this particular thing comes under services. Whereas commodities which can be having physical existence, like you try to go with purchasing clothes, so uska physical existence hai and you try to use it up, so that can be called as goods. But when you're going for school tuitions, you find that they are giving you education, you are doing certain courses, like for dance you're going for music, so they are giving you knowledge about that particular field and they are improving your skills. Whereas education system, they are improving your knowledge, so that particular thing is called, comes under services, which is intangible. I hope you have been clear getting the picture about the goods and services. Now let's study about the different types of goods. Now there are mainly 5 different types of goods which are been divided here, that is physical goods, or we can say tangible goods and intangible goods. Then after we are going to study about non-economic and economic goods. Like it is similar to the economic activity and non-economic activity. Then after you find the durable goods and perishable goods. Then after private goods and public goods, and lastly consumer goods and producer. So these are the 5 categories where goods are being divided and we are going to study about it. Let's start with the first one. First it's about physical goods, that is also known as tangible goods and intangible goods. Now it is same like goods and service. Some goods which have physical जो चीज़ a physical existence है, like you find books are there, bat is there, ball is there, televisions are there, you find mobile phones, car, bike, etc. All the particular things which are visible to you, which you can touch, you can have physical existence. It takes space and it has physical existence. You find that that can be also measured. It should have some measured value. Then only we can say it is having, it's called as physical goods or tangible goods. Then after, what is intangible? Intangible goods which do not have physical existence. It cannot be measured cardinally. Cardinally means you cannot be measured in numbers. That is called as what? Intangible goods. नहीं तो उसको क्या बोलेंगे? Services like education, medical consultancy, performance of a music, dance, cooking, etc. All these things cannot be measured. So that particular things comes under intangible goods. Now let's study about the second type of goods, that is economic goods and non-economic goods and economic goods. So non-economic goods, now those goods which do not go some certain economic process of production. कोई जैसे goods जिसका production process में use नहीं होता, distribution में use नहीं होता, they are consumed for, but they are consumed by the people. That is for air, water, sunlight. They are not going any process into any process. Sunlight is directly we are getting air which is not directly we are consuming. From that oxygen we are consuming. So you find that naturally we are consuming that particular goods are called as what? Non-economic goods. But economic good, so goods which are command an exchange value in the market. They have certain value and they are being demand in the market. So that particular product which has demand and supply works on that, and their supply is also less, so they have certain exchange value, and that exchange value can be controlled, or that supply value can be controlled. That type of goods can be also called as economic goods. मतलब जो भी चीज़ हम परचेज करते हैं मार्केट से, उसको पैसे देके परचेज करते, that is called as economic good. Whereas we does not pay any money for consuming air, water, sunlight. So they are non-economic goods. Then further, third one, it is about durable goods and perishable goods. You have been known this word. It is a familiar word, durable and perishable. So durable goods are those goods which are used for longer period of time, and it can be used repeatedly. Like you can find television, you can use, you are using clothes, refrigerator, you are using utensils in your home kitchen, you find that. So all the appliances at home you find at different places, you find that particular product commodity has been used repeatedly and it can be used for a longer period of time, like furniture. All these things comes under durable goods which are used for longer period of time. Whereas perishable goods are those goods which cannot last for a longer period of time. Those goods which cannot last for a longer period of time and are consumed only once. So that particular types of commodity or goods are called as what? Perishable goods. For example, fruits, milk, these are being used, so it is getting perishable. Milk is getting perishable by after a day, or after 1.5 days. You find 2 days validity is there, so it is getting perishable. So this type of goods are called as what? Perishable goods. Fruits, if you bought, you have, when it is been ripen, you find you have to eat it up. If not, it will again become perishable goods. It will again get spoiled, we can say. That's why it is called perishable goods. So fruits and milks are there. Then after fourth one, we are going to study about private goods and public goods. Now the word private stands for individual. So private goods, those goods which can be possessed, it has been acquired and owned by an individual, and he or she takes her own decision regarding that particular goods, is called as private goods. Means suppose you and I, or you purchase your own goods and that particular goods belong to you only, and it can be a pencil, rubber, laptop, or you can find books, everything. So that particular thing is called as your own good. That is called as what? Private good. So you have taken example of laptop. So suppose laptop has been purchased, mobile phone has been purchased for yourself, so you try to use for your own self and you take decision regarding what should be there in your laptop and mobile phone. Like that is called as what? We can say private goods. But what about public goods? Public goods are those goods which are used by many individuals at one particular same time, or you can say at the same time, and that possesses a characteristics of joint demand. It has a joint demand and collectively consumption is called public goods. Now what can be the example for public goods? we can say public garden. You find that in a public garden, lots of people will come for walk, running, playing, children will come for playing. So all these things, so they try to spend their time in gardens. So that you find that at a collective point, at the same time, many people will be using that particular goods. So there is a public garden, or you can find in your society there will be a common plot or a plot for playing. So you find that that particular common plot is being used by many people. So it is not only one person is only using it, it is used by every people in a society. So that particular thing is called as what? Public goods. Then after, you find that the last one, that is consumer goods and producers goods. Now what is consumer goods? Those goods which individual or a consumer consumes and consume a good, and that good is capable for satisfying a particular want. If suppose your want is satisfied by consuming it, for example, you want to have consume a chocolate, so you try to purchase a chocolate, you try to consume it, and what is happening, that satisfy your want. So you become what? You become the consumer, and the goods which you satisfy your want, that is called consumers good. So here example can be taken up like cooked food, but you can take chocolate, biscuit, different things which we try to consume, that particular which satisfy the human want directly, not indirectly. Like directly you try to purchase and consume it, that is called as what? Consumers good. Then what is producers good? Producer goods are those goods which are at the intermediate stage. Intermediate means at a middle stage of production. It is not a final good, or suppose it can be a final good, but that can be again used by another producer for converting into different goods. For example, suppose you find that cotton is there, so cotton बना दिया, cotton से हमने cloth बना दिया. That cloth is being used by different textile factories to convert into cloth, and then after it is been used by different factories, that cloth is been converted into different garments. Different machines से factory के अंदर वो cloth का garments बना देंगे. So that is how it is been used. And lastly you find clothes which are been available to us, which we are wearing. So cotton is there, so it can be used as what? Intermediate. It is called as intermediate state of production, where उसको further process होकर उसको cloth बनेगा, cloth का garments बनेगा. So that type of goods are called as what? Producers good. So you find that mainly those goods which are being used by the factories to further process, to do further process, and that particular after processing, it makes some other type of goods which is being consumed by the people, and that is the final output of the factory or producers. So that particular goods are being used by us and have certain market value, that is called as what? Producers good. I hope you are being clear with the different types of goods. So we have seen about what is the meaning of value with the different viewpoints, like use value and exchange value. And then after we have seen we have seen the relation between the use value and exchange value of, and then after we have seen value is nothing but it is a term. You find that it is a one unit of commodity which is being exchanged for another unit of commodity, and that is the value we can say. Then after price, if anything is any commodity which is being exchanged in terms of money, or we can say a one unit of currency, that is called as what? Price. Thereafter we have seen which goods and services. What is goods? Goods are nothing but it has some physical existence, so that is called as what? Goods. Then after we have seen services which does not have any physical existence, but it is been consumed by the people or individuals, we can say. So that is called as what? Service. Like intangible things, we can say education system. Then after we have seen different types of goods, that is tangible, intangible goods. Then after we have seen non-economic goods and economic goods. We have seen durable goods and perishable goods. We have seen private goods and public goods, and lastly consumer goods and producer goods. I hope you have been clear with all the different types of goods. We have been clear with the meaning of price and value, meaning of goods and services. I want you to write down the meanings of all these points. All these meanings you have to write in your notebook, and so you have a better idea. Next class we will continue with the different topic in this chapter. Thank you for today.